tell you a little bit of a story. I'm a trustee at IENY, New York University, and we had a graduation last week this time. And during that graduation, the student who opened the ceremony for us welcomed us in 5 languages. This is a young lady right here. And what she did was she talked about some of the things that Dr. Harrison and the dean talked about, how the students learn to lean on each other. And that's lean across cultures, lean across disciplines, and lean across backgrounds. They were from about, I'd say 7 or 8 different countries in this small cohort. So I asked the young lady at the end of the program, can I take a picture with you? And she said yes. And she gave me that banner to put on from her country. And then I started walking off with it, and she said, stop! I need it back. They need me. My class is going on. Now, she didn't say stop because I want it back. Stop because she said they need me. That urgency, that accountability, that responsibility to her classmates was what she was thinking about in that moment that I was departing. And so that's what I want to talk about a little bit. They need me. How are you going to create an environment where the employers, where the business people, where the other folks that you're around say, I need her. Okay, so if you think that people are seeing your resumes, please know that systems are seeing the resumes first now. Very few HR people see a resume before the system has determined that you have a need to go on in the process. So if you don't know how to talk, we were talking about that earlier, or what the system is looking for, you're going to have a high rejection rate. A very high rejection rate. So what becomes more important is the personal relationships that you're developing, the networks that you're developing. Because when you are pulled out of the pool, they're going to ask that person they know, what do you know about this person? And you could be the smartest person in the room, but if you can't work with somebody, if you got a character problem, they can say, oh, I want to pass on that one. And I think you should too. So understand it's not just about how good you are anymore. There's a lot of good people out there without jobs. It's about how connected you are to. And connecting not just in the circles that you're comfortable with, but connecting across all kinds of diverse circles. I just want to put that out there. Okay, I'm an economist. And this is the big thing that people are not looking at. Everybody's saying, well, the systems are taking our jobs. They're not taking your jobs. They're taking low-level jobs. But there is a big gap between what the industries and the corporations need in terms of technology and AI and the emerging technology that's coming and those that are available. So understand that there are a lot of jobs out there. There's a lot of opportunity, but you have to have the right skill. And how are you going to get the skill? You can't just sit down and wait for the opportunity to come to you. You got to go forward and try and get that opportunity. A lot of the AI opportunities are failing right now. That is research. I got it documented. And the reason it's failing is not because of the technology. Technology is good. The people, the interface between the technology is not working as well as it should be. And I will tell you, a lot of boards are concerned because the boards are allowing the spin without the ROI coming back. And they're starting to say, how are you getting the people ready for the AI that you're developing? A lot of candidates, and many of you know this, you have friends that have gone on before or behind who've gotten rejected over and over. It's because you can't use the same process that we've used before. Many of the jobs, if you don't have the networks, know this, many of the jobs are filled through referrals. Okay, so you can't go this old path. The new path is that you have to have some kind of AI fluency, even if you're taking non-technical jobs. Why? Because the systems are riding on top of AI and other technology. And if you don't have the language to even know what's going on, you're going to be disadvantaged. So don't allow yourself to be disadvantaged. This is not hard stuff. But you've got to put yourself in position. Now, some of you may say, oh, well, they're going to the Ivy League schools and other schools, and I don't have the same kind of advantage. That is not true. You know how to navigate systems that were not built for you. You know how to build community with limited resources. You know how to innovate with constraints. Some of those schools that you called out, I know some of the constraints that they have, and they do have a lot. So you have navigated that, and you are sitting in these seats. There were hundreds of people who applied for this program, but you earned the right to be here this week. So that means you have a responsibility. That means that you can't just look at this like it's just for you. Okay, now, life, you're doing this pitch today, but Dr. Harris already told you this is not just about today. Everything you do from now on is going to be a pitch. And what are you pitching? Somebody, yeah, I see it in the blue suit in the back. I'm pitching me. That's what I'm pitching. And every single one of you, get used to pitching you. You're going to pitch yourself in an interview. You're going to pitch yourself. Anytime somebody decides to invest in you, you have a pitch. Okay, so when you're pitching to somebody, and I'm not just talking about today, but first I'm thinking, is this a waste of my time? Do they really know what they're talking about? Or is this some general stuff and they just trying to get me to do what they want me to do? And then if I listen long enough, it's like, does this person really have the ability and the capability to do what they say? A lot of y'all pitching businesses with these teams. Can those teams really run those businesses? I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about when you get in the seat for any other place. People are going to be evaluating, can they really do it? And then the last thing is it a fit? Are you going to come in and destroy my organization because you don't know how to deal with the team that I already have in place? So there's a lot of factors. I'm not going to talk about what doesn't win. I want to talk about when you talk, give specific examples. Don't talk in generalities, because then I wonder if you know what you're talking about. Have a clear understanding of the company that you go to. A lot of people go into interviews and they haven't done their homework. Not none of you, because I already heard you're a good cohort. But they go into an interview and they don't know nothing about the company. You need to have the confidence in what you're going to bring to the table because you have value. And you need to have evidence that you've done your homework. Nobody wants to be there and you haven't been prepared. So in the next 30, 60, 90 days, whatever you do after you do the holidays, understand that a lot of time you need to prepare on how to promote you. And it's self-promotion. I don't care what people say, but you need to be ready to talk about how you need to get and do what you want to do.